Thank the gentleman for yielding. I thank him for his well-stated comments. Mr. Zielinski, you took issue a few minutes ago when I said there's just one problem. The judge disagreed with you. I just want to read for the committee and for those viewing what Judge Berman-Jackson said. She said, I agree with the defense and with the government's second memo. So she didn't agree with your memo, Mr. Zielinski. She agreed with the second supplemental memo and the defense team for Mr. Flynn. You also mentioned a few minutes ago that the supervisors, in your testimony, you said that you were told at the time by my supervisors in the U.S. Attorney's Office, and I didn't get those names. So if you could give me those names, I would appreciate it, Mr. Zielinski.
Congressman, I had earlier indicated that my supervisor, my immediate supervisor in the office, was the head of the Fraud and Public Corruption section. You asked me for his name, and I told you it was J.P. Cooney.
Okay, but you said, but your testimony says my supervisors. It's plural. J.P. Cooney. Who else?
There was the first assistant in the U.S. Attorney's Office.
And that is who?
Alessio. I will have to get back to you. Off the top of my head, I confess he's no longer the first assistant, so his last name escapes me at this moment, but I will tell you immediately when it comes to my mind.
Something
and then there's
something this important, you can't even remember the person's last name who told you, and yet you're here in front of the committee as a so-called whistleblower, where the chairman of this committee has indicated that he wants to impeach Bill Barr. I mean, this is amazing. Okay, how about on page 10 where you said, I was explicitly told that the motivation for changing the sentencing memo was political and because the U.S. attorney was, quote, afraid of the president. Who explicitly told you that?
That was the supervisor of the Fraud and Public Corruption section that I referenced earlier.
Mr. Cooney? Or the name you can't remember?
Mr. Cooney.
Okay, all right. Tell me about Joseph Mifsud.
And Congressman, if I could for a second, I apologize that it took me a moment to come up with the name. Alessio, the first assistant's name is Evangelista.
Okay, so tell me why the special counsel didn't charge Joseph Mifsud with lying to the FBI. He lied 3 times. You charged everybody else. You charged Gates, you charged Flynn, you charged Stone, you charged 13 Russians no one ever seen. We obviously know that the Flynn charge was wrong, as evidenced by what happened today. But why didn't you charge Joseph Mifsud, who lied to you guys back in February of 2017?
Congressman, I have been told by the Department of Justice that my testimony today should adhere to the 4 corners of the special counsel's office report. The privilege issues with going outside of that, I would be happy to consult with them, see if they will permit me to answer.
You were awful quick just a few minutes ago. Here's a sentence: Manafort told the special counsel. So you were fine talking to Democrats about what Manafort told to the special counsel. I'm asking you a simpler question. Joseph Mifsud, the guy who first tells Papadopoulos that they have dirt on the Clintons, Papadopoulos then tells the foreign diplomat who tells the FBI, and then we get this investigation that takes 3 years. And when you interview him, he lies 3 times. It's on page 192 of the Mueller report. I'm just asking you why you guys didn't charge him.
Congressman, I want to address your issue as to why I discussed what Mr. Manafort said.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
Great senators. Hi, Chuck. He used to love me when I was a Democrat, you know.